Hello friends, you just learned the poem. Now I will ask you two questions on this poem. Are you ready for it? Okay, but before asking you few questions, we shall read the poem very carefully. 1.3 Basketful of Moonlight. O moon, give me moonlight, basketful or two basketful, with seeds of moonlight, from the city to my village, on the sides of the path. I want to sow many small moons of light. The whole village goes to the city daily to work. It becomes dark on its way back, as my village is quite far. The route is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. Neither bus nor cart plies. When my father returns home, I am asleep, and he goes back early in the morning while I am sleeping. O moon, give me a basketful of moonlight on loan. I want to light the dark route so that my father returns early. I too want to hear fairy tales and stories from him. O moon, give me a basketful of moonlight. I want to sow seeds of moon on the side of the path. By Sunil Sharma. Okay, friends. Now I shall ask you two questions. English workshop. First question is, complete the following sentences with the help of the poem. First, the child wants to sow small moons of light from. The child wants to sow small moons of light from the city to his village. Second, according to the child, the route of his village is tough and full of. According to the child, the route of his village is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. Third, the child wants a basketful of moonlight on. The child wants a basketful of moonlight on lawn. Fourth, the child wants to light the dark route so that his father returns early. Okay. Now, the second activity is state whether the following statements are true or false. You have to tell only whether the statement is true or false. First, the speaker's village is near the city. False. Second, the bus plies from the village to the city. False. Third, the child wants to hear the fairy tales and stories from his father. True. Fourth, the child's father goes to the city once in a week work. False. The child's father returns home late. True. Okay, friends. Now, the third activity is write down the describing words used for the following nouns. Friends, describing words are those words who gives us more information about nouns. मित्रांनो, डिस्क्रायबिंग वर्ड्स म्हणजे वर्णनात्मक शब्द. वर्णनात्मक शब्द हे शक्यतोवर नामाबद्दल अधिक माहिती देत असतात. सो फ्रेंड्स, you have given here few nouns and you have to find out the describing words for these nouns from the poem. For example, moons. The describing word is small, so it is small moons. Root. The describing word is dark, so it is dark root. Village. The describing word is whole, so it is whole village. Morning. The describing word is early, so it is early morning. So friends, small, dark, whole, early are the describing words for these nouns. Now, the fourth activity is the child in the poem wants to solve the problem of his village. How can the child solve them with the following wishes? Answer in your notebook. Friend, listen the question very carefully. The child in the poem wants to solve the problem of his village. How can the child solve them with the following wishes? Answer in your notebook. First one, give me moonlight, basketful or two basketful with seeds of moonlight. Answer, the child can take help of local people and request the government to provide lights on the road from the city to his village. The second one is, I want to light the dark route so that my father returns early. Answer, the child can, with the help of villagers, build good roads and make the roads safe so that his father and other villagers can return safe and early to their village. Then, the fifth activity is pick out and write the lines from the poem that prove the following. Friends, in this activity, you have to do one work. Here, the meaning of the line is given and you have to find out the line from the poem. First, father reaches home late after dark. When my father returns home, I'm asleep. Second, eager to hear fairy tales from his father. Line from the poem is, I too want to hear fairy tales and stories from him. Third, remove darkness and bring light among the darker paths. The line from the poem is, I want to sow seeds of moon on the sides of the path. Prefix and suffix. Friends, prefix and suffix are the two very important concepts in English language. So, try to understand the difference between prefix and suffix. मित्रांनो, प्रिफिक्स आणि सफिक्स या इंग्रजी भाषेतील दोन अतिशय महत्त्वाच्या संकल्पना आहेत. त्यामुळे प्रिफिक्स आणि सफिक्स यामधील फरक नीट समजून घ्या. Prefix, group of letters that's added to the beginning of a word. Listen prefix very carefully. Prefix means group of letters that's added to the beginning of a word. Prefix म्हणजे काय? तर prefix म्हणजे अक्षरांचा असा समूह जो दिलेल्या शब्दाच्या आधी लावला जातो. तुम्हाला काही शब्द दिलेले असतील, त्या शब्दांचा आधी आपण काही अक्षर लावणार आहोत, त्याला आपण म्हणणार आहोत प्रिफिक्स. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, मॅटिक इज द रूट वर्ड अँड ऑटो इज प्रिफिक्स. फायनल इज द रूट वर्ड अँड सेमी इज प्रिफिक्स. देन सफिक्स. Suffix means group of letters that's added to the end of a word. Suffix means group of letters that's added to the end of a word. मित्रांनो, सफिक्स म्हणजे काय? तर सफिक्स म्हणजे अक्षरांचा असा समूह जो दिलेल्या शब्दाच्या नंतर लावायचा असतो, दिलेल्या शब्दाच्या शेवटी लावायचा असतो. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, Thank is a root word and full is suffix. Friend is a root word and ship is a suffix. Okay. Now you came to know the difference between prefix and suffix. Okay. Now write as many words as you can using full as suffix. Friends, you have to write down two words that ended with full as suffix. For example, I have given here few: basketful, catful, handful, spoonful, colorful, sackful, potful. You have to increase this list. Are you ready for it? Okay. Now, figures of speech. Figures of speech is very important for any language. Figures of speech is nothing but the ornament of that language. Figures of speech is used for enrich that particular language. मित्रांनो, फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच म्हणजे शब्दालंकार आणि हे शब्दालंकार भाषा समृद्ध करत असतात. भाषा समृद्ध करण्यासाठी शब्दालंकार किंवा फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच वापरत असतात. In English, there are many figures of speech, but here I only give you 13 figures of speech: simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, alliteration, antithesis, apostrophe, irony, paradox, pun, repetition, oxymoron, climax, etc. Among it, we have to learn alliteration and repetition of speech. First, alliteration. When in a sentence there is repetition of the beginning sound of neighboring word, it is the use of alliteration. Listen carefully. What is meant by alliteration? Alliteration means when in a sentence there is repetition of the beginning sounds of neighboring words. It is the use of alliteration. एखाद्या वाक्यात वेगवेगळ्या शब्दाच्या सुरुवातीला समान ध्वनी पुन्हा पुन्हा आलेले असतील तर तेथे alliteration असते. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, ओ मून, गिव मी मूनलाइट, basketful or two basketful. Here M and B are alliterated. Second one is repetition. What is meant by repetition? Repetition means when in a sentence same words are repeated, it is the use of repetition. एखाद्या वाक्यात जर एखादा शब्द पुन्हा पुन्हा आलेला असेल तर तेथे रिपिटिशन असते. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, I want to show small small moons of light. In this sentence, small word is repeated. Now, pick out the examples of alliteration and repetition from poem. For example, alliteration: the root is tough and full of snakes and scorpions. Here, S is alliterated. O moon, give me the moonlight. M is alliterated here. I want to sow seeds of moon on the sides of path. S is alliterated here. Then repetition. I want to sow small small moons of light. Here small small is repeated here. Now friends, you have to do homework. Are you ready to do homework? Okay, no problem. Now write an imaginary letter to the moon to convey your feelings about it. Discuss about it with your partner and draft the letter using the poem as a basis of the letter. Supporting points are given here: sign of beauty, symbol of joy, infinite pleasure, urge to compose poems, songs, music. But friends, remember one point in your mind, that you have to write a letter to the moon, right? But you have to write the letter on left and side margin only. Now, the second activity is compose imaginary poetic lines. Friends, I know that you are you all are very imaginary persons. So you have to compose few imaginary lines. I have composed here 2 lines and you have to compose 3 lines. Are you ready for it? Okay. Now, third homework for you is discuss with your friend, brother, sister, your classmate, and write your list of wishes to make your village, town, city people happy. You can use the following words: great, wish, share, talk, help, cooperate, communicate. Okay, friends. So complete the homework as early as possible.